Right, just a few health and safety tips first. We've got a hob here. You put the pan on the hob. If you have the handle over there, it can get knocked. If you've got a small child, they grab hold of it, and obviously it can be very dangerous. So be very careful. If possible, always use the back ones. Always turn the handles away from the front so that the kids can't get hold of it, or you can't knock it as you walk past. Similarly with the oven front, it can get hot. It depends on the age of your oven. Nowadays they're done with safety glass so that it doesn't get hot, but it still can get very warm. So be careful on those. Don't do things like that, because obviously even if it's all turned off, it can still be warm. These can still catch fire. So now let's have a look at some other bits and pieces. Onions. For a start, they can make you cry, but it's not a problem. If you wear glasses, it becomes easier. But to actually, when you're cutting them up, cut them in half, and then if you're cutting it this way, I know chefs do it on the television that way, but chefs have got lots of training, and be careful not to wipe your eyes, and they don't cut the fingers. We cut our fingers. So what we do is we cut them, holding it like that with a claw grip, because the knife is sharp. So then I've sliced it that way, and then slice it that way, and we end up with diced onion. Following on from that, we've got a chilli. Now, what I said about the onions and making you cry, if you rub your eyes with onions on your hand, it will sting. Actors do it to make them look as if they're crying. These are more powerful. If you leave the seeds in the middle, you will get a very spicy meal. So one way of getting around it is to, again, split the chilli down the middle and then just scrape out the middle bits. So once you've got rid of all those seeds, you can slice that up, put it in mashed potato, put it in everything. It'll give it a warmth. It'll give it a bit of a kick, but it will not be hot and spicy. It will just be nice. So don't be worried about using them, even the red ones. Once you've done that, do not rub your eyes. Do not put your fingers anywhere near your nostrils. Do not put them in your mouth, and do not go to the toilet until you've given your hands a very good wash, because you will regret it. Nearly forgot to say, with the chilli seeds that you got, put them on a kitchen towel on the window ledge in the sun. Let them dry out, a week or so. When they've dried out, get a plant pot, just a small one, soil in it or compost. Put the seeds in, just spread them around. Doesn't matter how many you put in, half a dozen or 12 or whatever, and see how many actually sprout. Once they've got to be about so tall, gently lift them out of the pot and transfer them into a bigger pot on their own, and you will have little chilli plants to give away to all your relatives. Next we have peeling. There's different sorts of peelers. This is the salt that I normally use. You get the ones with the semicircle bit. If you do it safely, you would do it away from you. People always do these things differently. I'm sorry, but I have to do it this way. I can't do it the other way. So very carefully, and keeping my fingers well below where I am peeling, because otherwise you'll start taking the skin off your knuckles and it hurts. So peel it like that, the full length at a time. Once it's done, again with the knife, being careful to use the sharp side, or cut it lengthways, again using the claw grip. You can then put it down like that, and using the claw grip, slice it lengthways to have long bits of carrots, or if you're doing something like a bolognese, you can chop them into little bits. Also with carrots, you can use the grater and grate it. You can use it with potatoes, you can use it with cheese, obviously. Again, it's a matter of not getting your fingers caught. These things are sharp. And so it's a matter of keeping your fingers away from it. I'll lay it down there because it's easier. It round. Move your fingers away from the cutting edge. Again, turn it around, moving my fingers away. And when it gets to the point where you start to get worried about whether or not your fingers are going to get caught, that's the time you stop grating. Right, just to explain about spoons, I'll get some flour out to use as an example. If you have these great because they're marked as half a teaspoon, a dessert spoon and a tablespoon. Now when you're looking at a recipe you get abbreviations, and this is a TPS, a teaspoon, TPS. This is TBS, a tablespoon. So there's a big difference between the two, and you wouldn't be the first person to put tablespoonfuls of chilli in instead of teaspoonfuls of chilli. So if you haven't got these, then raise the kitchen drawer, a teaspoon, a dessert spoon being the one that you can get in your mouth, tablespoon being the one that you shouldn't really be eating with because it's too big. If they say a heaped teaspoon, that is a heaped teaspoon. If it's a level teaspoon, then as far as you can, it's like that. Half a teaspoon, about that. But it's only you're guessing. It's not accurate. And if they're talking about half teaspoons and things like that, it's roughly the amount. So don't worry about it. Okay, measuring. If we're measuring a liquid, we're going to start using a jug. You've got the calibrated side here. We've got flour and sugar that side, which I'm ignoring. We've got millilitres here, and we've got fluid ounces. Fluid ounces are parts of pints, so 20 fluid ounces a pint. But basically, we don't want to be using that. We want to be using the millilitres. It's far easier. And we want to measure out 100 mils. So pour in, I can see from this side the gradient as well. When it gets up to 100 millilitres, and that's it. Putting the top back on the bottle before you knock it over. Using the scales, these ones are straightforward because they're just in grams. So if I switch on, it will go to 0. You can just pour in, it's easy enough done, but to be quite honest, it's best done with a spoon. And just spoon it on up to, again, I'm going to do 100 grams, 75 grams. And I've gone over to 104, so the beauty of having the spoon in your hand, take a little bit off, 102 grams, take a little bit more off, 101, take a little bit more off. And we're spot on 100.